bring you tonight and the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Harrison out there with Michael Porter. And there's Gordon. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Jokic in at the power forward position. And
that's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Here's Harrison. And here's Jokic. Back to Harrison. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Covington finds Lillard.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And it's Gordon missing.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Covington. Pass to Nurkic. Over Porter. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now. And for a guy who entered the league as a terrific free throw shooter, Damian Lillard is now among the elite of the elite from the stripe.
And the pass to Jokic. He kicks it to Porter. Gordon, great positioning on the putback.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. To the inside, and then Jones with the jam.
If you look at career assist numbers for Damian Lillard, the stats don't really jump off the page at you. He's been asked to score more, but he's a creative playmaker when need be.
Here's Harrison. Passes to Jokic. From down in the low post, it goes.
Jokic and body control. Hey, years ago, we wouldn't have said that. I'm saying it now.
Jones finds Nurkic. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard, the pass to Jones. High post, Nurkic. Back to Jones. Down low. Just 5 to shoot. Lillard with it. Now guarded by Porter. And that one drops for him.
Well, Lillard's one of the smaller point guards in the league, but amongst traffic, he's willing to go in and challenge. And tough one there as he gets creative.
Now Jokic. Here's Giles. Lillard from deep three-point land drains the three-pointer. Lillard's got 7 points in the game. The great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, but I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
Here's Jones. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's his first foul. The Trailblazers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Just 2 to shoot. Cantor trying to free himself up, and the basket by McCollum.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Right side Millsap. Out to Morris. Tips it, and it's Millsap with the extra effort.
Yeah, Millsap a little bit gritty there. Good to see him go in and hit the glass.
McCollum against Morris. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Fires the 3. That shot off. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. With their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his up.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Simons in at the point guard. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Powell. Millsap kicks to Rivers. The feed to Morris. He gets that one.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Trailblazers leading by 6. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Makes it off the glass. Simons has got the lead up to 8 now for Portland.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Now, here is Morris. Oh, and...
Wow. And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. On the wing, Morris. Green kicks to Morris. Lets the 3 fly. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Portland the other way. And a wide open look for McCollum. And he's good on the 3 ball. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
Just so good off the pass. McCollum set up and ready at all times.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Powell, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Denver also making some changes. Jokic, he's checked in for Bull. Porter comes in for Jermichael Green, and it's Shaquille Harrison in for Morris.
The playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense. Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and proving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays.
That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
McCollum outside. Pass to Powell for the 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And Millsap really getting up for that one. Love the aggressiveness.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And it goes down 2 points.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Pass to Rivers. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. The putback, it's good on the putback.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Cullen passes to Powell. Clock at 4. To the middle. Here's Cantor. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
A skilled pick and roll player, Cantor has great sense of timing and the ability to convert.
There's 47 seconds left in the second quarter. Rivers kicks to Harrison. To the left side wing. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Nice form on the 20-footer. Jokic has got 6 points in the quarter.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
And it's McCollum off the drive. And the basket is good.
Well, he's just so good as C.J. McCollum at when to put the ball down on the floor and penetrate to the inside.
Here's Harrison. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. 12 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Millsap misses. One-on-one fast break. And that one is good.
That's the strength of Lillard's game right there. Gorgeous arc, too, on that jump shot. Up in the air a little bit more.
That shot off the mark. And so it's...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They have a nice 7-point lead. And that'll...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Gordon. Rivers out there with Monte Morris. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint. Trailblazers leading by 7. Here's Jones. It's tipped. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, defense with not many options there, especially with Jokic at his size, just driving through them all.
Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it. And you got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. McGee, the pass to Jokic. Shoots from the elbow. The rebound by Giles.
I saw a green light there, but he's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Powell kicks to Lillard. Hits the three-point bomb. And now it's an 8-point Portland lead.
Amazing how much Lillard has spatial awareness when his defender's just far enough away. He's going to shoot that quickly.
Morris passes to Rivers. Inside, McGee. And he converts the layup.
Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution here for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Millsap comes in for Jokic. Green, he's checked in for Gordon. And Porter subbed in for Austin Rivers. Jones, the pass to McCollum. Here's Cantor. Jones with it. And there's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Green with the ball. Cantor covering. Morris kicks the ball. Shoots over Cantor. Puts the move on. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two.
And the size Bol has poses problems for any defense, especially when he's trying his best to be aggressive scoring.
Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Jones drives in. McCollum outside. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Dishes it to Cantor. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Well, as soon as the shot was released, Millsap gets off the floor quickly and blocked it.
Left side, Porter. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And here's McCollum. He's got 9. To the paint. Off target at the rim. The Nuggets trail by 3. Here's Porter, and Jones sends it back. And they're moving it up. And here they go. Here's Anthony. They get it back. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
The strength and skill level of Cantor just too much to handle there.
Portland shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. A different look now for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And Lillard subbed in for McCollum. There's 53 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. The drive by Green. Here's Millsap. And it's Portland with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Anthony. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Bol with it. He's against Cantor. Bol can't hit. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Leading by 5. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Nuggets shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Here's Harrison. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Millsap in the corner. 3 seconds left. Misses off the left eye. And so it's Portland bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their defense has been... And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Little. And it's Giles in at the center position. That's That's the group on the floor for Portland. And so he hits the technical free throw. Here's Simons. Just 5 on the clock. Portland needs to get off a shot. Nurkic. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Jokic with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Jokic passes to Green. Campazzo. Basket counts.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Simons surveying the D. Feeds it to Nurkic. Over Jokic. Nurkic can't hit.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Green kicks to McGee. On the wing, Green. Back to McGee. Over Little. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from McGee. Portland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Simons. Inside, and he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. The Nuggets trail by 6. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless? It's a foul there. I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Dennis Kanter's checked in for Giles. Anthony comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Robert Covington. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Lillard against Gordon.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
It's Rivers on the wing. Back to Gordon. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got 7 rebounds in the game. Hollis Jefferson, the second chance points on the tip-in. Hollis Jefferson's got his first points in this one.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Here's Jokic. And the basket is good. The coach's challenge has been issued. This game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. You're double-checking, and the game continues on.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. Jones comes in for McCollum. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Michael Porter, he's checked in for Austin Rivers. Lillard with the bucket.
And that is what you need in big moments. Lillard's a strong leader with competitive drive. Bingo.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Jokic. And it's blocked.
That's good footwork from the big man as Cantor aware defensively to get to that one.
Lillard outside. 58 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Tries it from 19. No good. Shot missing. Now Denver takes it the other way. Here's Gordon. It falls. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Tremendous display of poise from Gordon. Refused to let the moment get too big.
Now Lillard. 29 seconds left in the fourth. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. And the Nuggets making a change here. There's 18 seconds left in the game. Lillard against Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. This one for 3. And it's Lillard again missing. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. Just 4 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it in a contested 3. Never an easy shot.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. And for Portland, we've got Robert Covington, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Powell in at the 2-guard spot. Now, here's Lillard. Count that one. Tonight, Greg, 2 teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Here's Lillard after Luka Doncic's bucket. Lillard outside. Down low. Here's Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Yeah, quick thinking wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Richardson attacking. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to Powell. 5 on the clock. Nurkic can't hit.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position. Not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Here's Porzingis after the Trailblazers pick up 2.
Boy, how pretty is that at 7'3"? Kristaps Porzingis knows he can get his shot anytime he wants.
Lillard the pass to Powell. He feeds it to Covington. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Hollis-Jefferson kicks to Lillard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
But how about the persistence from Hollis-Jefferson? He's keeping possessions alive with his activity.
Doncic against Lillard. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Doncic passes to Porzingis, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Now here's Hardaway. Over Jones. Offensive rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And the layup is good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Outside, Redick. 1:25 left to play in the first quarter. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. The feed now to Kanter. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Passes it to Brunson. Back to Porzingis. No good that time. Excellent D from Cancer. Powell with it. Now guarded by Reddick. The putback. Right side Jones. Kicks it to Powell. The three. He can't hit that time. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Sweet move, and it's blocked. But they recover it. Here's Porzingis. Shoots over Cancer. Runs in with a clean look. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Here's Jones, and Jones with the stuff.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
And that does it for the first quarter. The Trailblazers lead by 4. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime I...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Trey Burke. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Hardaway. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Brunson in at the point guard. And that one's good. Burke.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
Outside, Jones. Back to McCollum. Charity stripe shot. That shot missing. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Burke. Hardaway finds Marjanovic. And it's all evened up.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Jones dishes to McCollum. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Doesn't quite have the height, but boy, does McCollum have the heart. He's a relentless finisher in traffic.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Wande Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Giles. Robert Covington's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Derek Jones.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game, and boy, it is on display right now.
Now here's McCollum. Lillard on top.
He got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Giles comes in for Hollis-Jefferson. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Derek Jones in for Lillard. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Oh. Back to Richardson. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. Portland leading by 6. McCollum with the ball. There's the pass to Giles. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Giles has got 5 points so far.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Burke kicks to Cauley-Stein. Back to Burke. Shot to stop the run, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Mavericks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. A different look now for Portland. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Giles, and it's Damian Lillard in for McCollum.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
Now here's Powell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The offensive rebound. The layup missed. Mavericks trail by 6. Here's Burke. Brunson tips it back in.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Powell kicks to Lillard. Back to Covington. Up and in on the layup. Covington's got his first 2 points.
This is about perseverance and passion. Robert Covington refuses to be denied.
Lillard against Brunson. Here's Cauley-Stein. 2 points. That one goes. Cauley-Stein's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Lillard scanning the floor. Back to Nurkic. The dish now to Lillard. And stolen by Cauley-Stein.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Here is Lillard. Hollis-Jefferson. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein. Portland shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. That free throw good from Hollis-Jefferson.
One of the things you have to love about Hollis-Jefferson is his energy. You know he's going to give you everything he's got on a night-by-night basis.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the... Thanks for joining us.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Hollis-Jefferson. Then there's Jared Jones, and it's Nurkic in at the center.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
And here is Doncic after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. There's Hollis Jefferson banked in off the glass. Hollis Jefferson's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Richardson against Jones. Nurkic the pass to Jones. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
And Doncic, here we go. Count the basket. Doncic has got 6 in the quarter.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Lillard against Doncic. Pass to Nurkic. 6 to shoot. Porzingis with the steal. Pass to Kleba. Back to Porzingis. Feeds it to Doncic. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Nurkic. Lillard finds Nurkic. From the arc. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 6. Porzingis passes to Doncic. There's Hollis Jefferson. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
And love to see Lillard get the fast break going. He's a quick thinker with great hands.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Outside, Jones. Back to Lillard. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Coley Stein comes in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Burke in for Richardson. McCollum against Doncic. Over McCollum, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Doncic. Now here's Powell. Burke covering. Anthony kicks to Powell. And stolen by Burke. Fast break, here we go. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Now here's McCollum. And Giles now top of the key. That shot misses. Coley Stein with the defensive effort. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Burke. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Now here's McCollum. Passes to Pop. A 3-ball. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we've reached the end of the third. Trailblazers. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And there's Porzingis, and it's Redick in a 2-guard.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. And his canter, that is a strength of his game.
Redick for 3, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brunson.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Harry Giles comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, and McCollum subbed in for Anfernee Simons. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And they're able to recover. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, tracking down rebounds with ease. Kristaps Porzingis, outstanding mobility.
Powell kicks to McCollum. Jacks up a 3. The Trailblazers rebound. Cantor dishes to Powell. And the 3 off target.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And they have picked it up offensively here in the second half. Ball movement, getting high percentage shots, you can definitely see a difference.
Damian Lillard's checked in for McCollum.
Well, what a pleasure to have a 7-footer who you can play through, because Kristaps Porzingis, that nice shooting form, carries over to the free throw line. That is crucial.
Now here's Lillard. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. He feeds it to Carmelo. He can't get that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Here's Kleber. And he lays it straight in. Kleber's got his first basket.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Now here's Lillard. Back to Powell. The pass to Lillard. Powell inside. Richardson cover. Gets it to go. That one good from Giles.
Oh, perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
And it was timely. I mean, that's a basket they had to have, and an absolutely vital possession.
And the shot goes in.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Lillard against Doncic. Anthony trying to get open. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Doncic leading the charge. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called. It is. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. There's the 3. And it's Doncic missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Damian Lillard with the jam. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Luka Doncic loves the big moment, and he delivers.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Lillard outside. Pass to Giles. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game.
That's unselfish basketball. Opted to pass up his own shot and dish to a teammate instead. Now,
here's Doncic. Out to Hardaway. Cauley Stein passes to Porzingis. It's Richardson on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum. Just 4 to shoot. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Doncic.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Now here's Lillard. Here's McCollum. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. It was up for grabs right until the final second. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers.
Here we go.
Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And there's Jackson. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the 3 slot.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Three-pointer, Lillard. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
The star just keeps rising for Damian Lillard. Heck of a talent with tremendous range.
George with the bounce pass. Jackson passes to George. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The pass to Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. Over George. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
You got to know McCollum is looking to fire off the pass. This is why you must play up on him.
Jackson dishes to George. Clippers moving the ball around. And it's Paul George with the finish.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Now here's McCollum, and that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Here's McCollum. It's Covington on the wing. Misses the 3.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Powell against Leonard. Stolen by McCollum. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Launches a 3. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 1 from past the arc. And no good that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. And finished off by Leonard.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
They double-team McCollum. Outside Covington from outside the arc. The Clippers grab the miss. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Jackson kicks to Morris. The 3 from George. Damian Lillard pulls it in.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
McCollum, no good. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. George from deep three-point land knocks down the 3-ball. George has got 7. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. The 3 from McCollum. No good that time. Excellent D there from George.
Just can't find the touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding, though, and looking for the best shot.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Wow. And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Trailblazers trail by 3. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the first. Lillard misses. Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. The three-pointer, no good. The Trailblazers shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. In a wide-open look for McCollum. He nails it, and we're tied up. He's got 5.
A lethal shooter from downtown. McClellan, he enjoys opportunities to pull the trigger.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The shot by George, no good. Portland with the ball. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Nurkic.
McCollum, he's a threat in transition. He excels at leaking out, and then he knows where to run in the open floor.
Outside Jackson. 4 seconds left. And George finishes inside. George has got 11.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
It's all tied in Portland. And back with the start. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody wants.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers, guys, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Batuma's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward. Here's Simons. And it's Anthony, top of the key. Here's Simons. Defended by Beverley. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Got to appreciate how aggressive Cantor is on offense. I mean, it's what earns him trips to the line.
And Cantor drops them both. The Clippers in the lead. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Beverley the pass to Cousins. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Oh, really? Cousins is so big and strong that you really have to whack him to prevent him from scoring. He welcomes contact with open arms and one.
To the wing right side. All sorts of time. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Pass to Cousins. Now, here's Kennard. Tight defense on him. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Jones, no one around him. Off target with his 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Shot clock at 5. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Damian Lillard, he's checked in for Portland. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Rondo's checked in. Los Angeles leading by 4. High post Cousins. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. Bombs it up for Cantor. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And look at Cantor rise up. Good anticipation for the big man to go for the alley. Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And it's Lillard missing. The Clippers have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Kennard on the wing. Cousins trying to free himself up. And that one hits back iron.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
Up top, Cousins. And they double up Cousins. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Taken away by Anthony. Cantor with it. He's picked up by Cousins. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
This is why Kennard's teammates appreciate him. He's good at sharing the wealth when they're uncovered.
For Portland, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Lillard outside. Anthony on the wing. And it's off from three-point range. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Kennard's shot is off. Portland's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Lillard from outside. Cousins pulls it in.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
When you're having a floor general like Rondo on the court, instantly elevates your offense. He does everything he can to bring out the best in his team.
And both free throws good from Rondo. Trailblazers trail by 4.
Hey, yo, get on day.
Now Lillard. He has 6. And then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
Oh, it's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Here's Zubac. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 11 points and 1 steal. Thanks for joining us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half. The Clippers shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. George from deep three-point land, from outside off the mark. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And pushing it out, here's Los Angeles. George with the ball. The step back jumper is good. George has got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers. Lillard against Jackson from deep three-point range, and Damian Lillard good for the 3. Lillard's got 11 points.
Lillard's not going to let you get away with that. He wants those 3 points back, and he gets them quick.
Back to George. Over McCollum, and there's George. That's good on the assist from Jackson. 16 points for him.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And the basket by McCollum.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from that area.
George looking over the floor. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And guys, George puts pressure on an opponent at both ends of the court. Lockdown D at one, aggressive to get his own at the other.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Here's Lillard. That one doesn't drop. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. To the middle. Morris finds Beverly. And a miss there on the triple. Trailblazers trail by 4. A 3 from McCollum. It's hauled in by Paul George. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Here's Morris. Shoots over Nurkic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Wow, look at Morris. Just using that big body of his to draw contact. The defense has a tough time matching up with it.
A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Jones subbed in for Damian Lillard. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And here's McCollum for 3. Portland no good that time either.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Leonard with no one around. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. From deep. Portland grabs the miss. Powell's got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's McCollum off the drive.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, McCollum will find you.
And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Leonard on the wing, defended by Jones. Leonard inside. Anthony on him. Leonard no luck.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out.
It's good.
Oh, he's one of the best passing 5s in the game. I mean, think about this. Cousins doesn't get enough credit for being unselfish on the floor.
Kennard against Powell. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Last break. Here come the Trailblazers. McCollum with the ball. They grab their own miss. Out to Anthony. It's Powell on the wing. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Kanter gets a lot of his points this way.
Now here's Beverly. Right side Leonard. And Kanter pulls it down.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
Clippers leading by 4. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
At about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen. Can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
Here's Simons. 2 on the clock. And the layup is up and in. Simons has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Clippers lead by 5. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. Trailblazers trail by 5. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. Zubac's with it. Now guarded by Nurkic.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Lillard. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Entering the NBA, I knew he needed to develop his mid-range game. He did it, and it's opening things up for him.
Jackson looking it over. Outside for George. Clock at 6. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got 4 rebounds in this game. Moving it up. And that one's good, Anthony.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Jackson dishes to George. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 3. Three-pointer, Lillard. Paul George grabs the miss. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. It's good.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
A shot by Lillard, wide open. Trailblazers keep it alive. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Clippers moving the ball around. George. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 4 assists in the game. Back to Lillard. Shot from 12. And it's Lillard again missing. Los Angeles leading by 5. Nobody near George. That doesn't go either for George.
The more threes he misses, I mean, the more he wants to take. Where they do that at? That's not the right mindset.
Step back on that one and let it fly.
Reminding us again why he's one of the game's great clutch shooters.
Jackson passes to George. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. George has got 25 points.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Pass to Simon. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Absolutely essential that they come right back and answer with that 3 of their own. And this gets the crowd energized.
The 3 from George. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Lillard left shot. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. A 2-point game. George missing again.
I don't know why he keeps shooting. Anybody tell me nothing is falling for him? He's going to end the game on a bad note if he keeps this up.
For the Trailblazers, Norman Powell comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And McCollum sub in for Anthony Simon. And then for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is checked in for Patterson. And it's Leonard in for Nicholas Batum.
And what I love about Leonard now, I mean, the excellence. He's so consistent. That's how you do it. You come out, you bust your butt, and you compete at a high level every night.
Cantor checked in for Nurkic. And then for Los Angeles, Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Lillard way outside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. It's money from deep.
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
3-pointer, Lillard. No good that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Passes it to Leonard. Here's the 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
And here's Los Angeles. They've got an 8-0 run. From downtown. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Fires the 3. Drains it from downtown.
Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
So the Clippers with the win. This was a hard... All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Nestled among the peaks of the... Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Damian Lillard out there with Jones. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Giles in at the power forward. And for the Nuggets, we've got Aaron Gordon. Porter is out there with Rivers. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint. 2 on the clock. McGee with the block. Jones against Porter. The pass to Jokic. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. It's good on the putback.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now here's Rivers. Pass to Jokic. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Lillard misses, and the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Now here's Rivers. Outside Porter. Passes to Jokic. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Nurkic. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Jokic has got his second bucket.
Nice looking mid-ranger there from Jokic. Money in the bank from that spot.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all. A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Denver making a switch here. Millsap's checked in, and then for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Carmelo Anthony subbed in for Harry Giles. Now here's Porter. Misses from short range.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in. This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
The drive by Gordon. Anthony with the defensive effort. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Porter.
Like the execution there from Kanter. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Pass to Gordon. No good on the shot. Good D by Covington. McCollum passes to Kanter. Outside Anthony. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
Melo being ultra aggressive now. You give him a lane to the basket, you're going to get results like that.
Rivers against McCollum. And finish off by Rivers.
And that kind of defense ain't going to get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
Well, any guy can throw it down against air defending him. Plenty of room, so not so amazing. What does amaze me, though, is that no one came over to contest the play.
The putback and the second chance effort by Gordon.
And offensive rebounding really about timing and positioning there. Gordon using both to burn the D.
And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Big group substitution here for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for Jokic. Millsap comes in for JaVale McGee. Green, he's checked in for Gordon. And Morris subbed in for Austin Rivers. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for the Trailblazers. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony Simons. McCollum, no good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Green with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Millsap misses. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game. And the first one drops. Both shots good from the stripe. McCollum against Morris. Here's the lob to the hoop.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Nuggets lead by 2. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when
I know that when the main guy,
he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
You got JaMychal Green. He's out there with Porter. Harrison out there with Paul Millsap. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Campazzo, covered by Lillard. Kicks to Green. Porter against Anthony. Millsap, great positioning on the putback.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in.
Oh,
jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right? Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
Jones checked in for Anthony. Free throw good, Damian Lillard. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you join the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Andre Hollis Jefferson comes in for Giles. Anthony's checked in for Jones. And Norman Powell subbed in for Damian Lillard. Back to Millsap. Here's Harrison. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Bol. Misses that one. His first miss of the night. 2 for 3. But they'll get another chance. Tries yet again. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Powell dishes to McCollum. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
That's a great read on the pick and roll by McCollum. The defender backing up leaves him no hope of affecting that shot.
Morris looking over the floor. The shot misses, and it's Portland the other way. Jumps up, and it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, Morris finds Green. Now here's Bull. Shoots from the right block. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
And it's McCollum off the drive. Count that bucket. McCollum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Outside, Green. Back to Morris. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
McCollum kicks to Powell. No good from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
There's the feed to Millsap. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. There's the pass to Cantor. Here's Powell. Pass to McCollum. Back to Powell. It's McCollum on the wing. There's Hollis Jefferson, and it's sent back by Millsap.
Well, as soon as the shot was released, Millsap gets off the floor quickly and blocks it.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Gordon up on top. Jokic on top. Dishes it to McGee. Jokic trying to free himself up. McGee's shot is off. And Giles now top of the key. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Good if it goes. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And all right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. And that'll...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been quite a game for Bol.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Robert Covington out there with Giles. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season. Came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
The Nuggets leading by 4. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, it's interesting when Jokic was playing with Nurkic and they cleared the room for Jokic to take over at the center position. He's taken on that responsibility. He's taken on the star role. He's accepting it and excelling at it.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
And that one drops.
Yeah, Jokic did a nice job positioning himself down in the paint. Usually he's at the top of the key, but this time knew where he wanted to get the ball. Shot it on the inside and scored.
Jones, the pass to Lillard. McGee with the block. And he recovers it. Kicks it out to Covington. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Rivers with it. Now Covington defended. Oh, that's blocked. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checked in. Campazzo. That's tipped. And now Portland on the break. Here's Jones. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Jones has got his first points in this one.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Outside Gordon. And it's Jokic in the corner. Shot clock at 6. The Nuggets with another miss. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. 4-point game. And Jokic throws it down.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain, close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Porter's checked in for Denver. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Giles. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Rivers passes to Jokic. Back to Rivers. Outside Porter. Jokic trying to free himself up. Porter, no luck. Trailblazers trail by 3. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's his first foul. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played is so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
are truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
I like that. Staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Covington dishes to Jones. 55 seconds left in the third quarter.
Well, he can shoot the 3, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
And an intentional foul right there. A different look now for Portland. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell comes in for Derek Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Damian Lillard. Morris passes to Bull. Over Kansas. Shakes him. Bull can't hit.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And the dunk by Powell.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Morris outside. 5 on the clock. And McCollum with the block. Powell for 3. Offline. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Trailblazers. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Green is out there with Gordon. Then it's Porter. Then there's Paul Millsap. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Simons surveying the D. Kicks it out to McCollum. Shoots off the step back, and right through it goes. McCollum's got the lead up to 3 now for Portland.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Morris passes to Bull, and that one good.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
McCollum outside. Passes it to Giles. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for Harry Giles. And it's Little in for Anthony Simons.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Now here's Little. D right on him. Kanter, high post. And here's Little. Back to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
The sheer strength of Kanter really coming through there. Throws it down with intent.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Green kicks to Millsap. To the inside. And it's blocked. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Good. Now it's a 5-point Portland lead.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, their energy level's been amazing. Battery bar still full, hustling and still working hard out there.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Lillard outside. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Clutch bucket by Nurkic on that possession. They needed that one.
Rivers with it. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Misses from close range. Jones, the pass to Giles. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Jokic passes to Gordon. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 1:30 left to play here in the fourth. Now Lillard. From deep. And the dunk by Covington.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Porter.
And he's got a great balance of knowing when to slash inside. Porter needs to keep being this aggressive on the drive.
So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
I mean, every year since his rookie campaign, Lillard gets the maximum attention from defenses. They're schemed to slow him down. That's what's so impressive about the numbers that he's put up throughout his career. Now, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Lillard outside. Takes the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Here's Jokic. The rebound by Giles. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. From deep three-point range. But they get it back. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just getting themselves.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He hits the second from the line.
Yeah, you'd like to convert them all, but that should still be enough to secure the win.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. short, a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Giles in at the four-man position. And for the Mavericks, they've got Marjanovic. Doncic out there with Richardson. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. Fires from deep. They get it again. Here's Porzingis. Pass to Finney-Smith. A second chance effort. Up again. They shoot again. Kicks it out to Richardson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Their focus next trip has to be getting a high-quality shot. I mean, they don't want to start the game 0 for 5.
Chris, it doesn't matter if they're two of the best teams in the league or the two worst. When these guys get together, these rivals, it's always fun.
Yeah, Kevin, you're so right. When it's a conference rivalry, that's even better. They know each other so well, and that doesn't make them friends.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Lillard from deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
The outside shot of Lillard is pure. I mean, he always seems to have the look that's going in.
Doncic feeling it out. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Portland's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. And it's Lillard missing.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Here's Marjanovic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of this one. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so just over a minute and a half played.
Get outside, get outside.
Now Lillard. Pass to Powell. Shot clock at 6. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Dallas has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. And here's Doncic from the arc. Sinks the three-pointer.
And he can play the long-range game, the mid-range game. He takes it to the rack. Doncic is a versatile three-level scorer.
Now, here's Lillard. Inside. Count it.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Here's Doncic. For 3. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. And the shot goes down.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
Now here's Lillard. Passes it to Giles. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh man, that's usually the bunny with the D playing soft like that. Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Lillard dishes to Powell. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Powell's got 6.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Here is Lillard after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. Launches it. They get it back. Nurkic. There's the triple. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And the Mavericks with possession here. Portland knocking down that triple moments ago. Doncic, no good. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Puts up a 3. Again, the miss by Lillard.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Well, just off his game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Giles kicks to Lillard. Nurkic trying to get open. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
And here's Doncic from the arc. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
On the floor for Portland, Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3, the small forward.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Brunson. Moves back up. Out to Hardaway. And the pass to Redick. No good with the triple.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Now, here's Redick. From deep. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. And here's McCollum for 3. Kanter finds McCollum. Back to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Redick surveying the D. Takes a 3. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
Trey Burks checked in for J.J. Redick. Portland also making some changes. Norman Powell comes in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Pass to Powell. 3-pointer. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Portland again missing. Mavericks trail by 3. From the arc. Burt can't get it to go. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Pass to Powell. For 3. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Dallas has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Hardaway from outside. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Passes it to Powell. Lets it go with the 3. Jones dishes to Carmelo. He feeds it to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Strong finish by Kanter. The contact doesn't seem to affect his mechanics at all.
The Mavericks trailing. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Now here's Powell. And there's the pass to Kanter. Back to Powell from outside the arc. Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. On the Mavericks with some changes. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Doncic comes in for Hardaway. And it's Richardson in for Jalen Brunson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Giles checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons.
So lethal in open court situations. Richardson excels at using his speed and athleticism to do damage in transition.
Lillard outside. Fires for three. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Mavericks trail by 6. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Bangs home the trifecta. Doncic has got 9.
Seems like everyone's taking long threes these days, but Doncic has natural power in those legs, generates range with ease.
Now here's Lillard. Back to McCollum. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Like at 6. From deep three-point range, the Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one.
He's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, his shooting has been horrific.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Doncic outside. No good on the 3.
Until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
Now, here's Lillard. Gets it off. And no good on the last second attempt this time. So that'll be it. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The team was told they got themselves into in the... And that should...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Tim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. They've got Porzingis. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. And here's McCollum after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. Richardson outside for the lead. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And a wide open look for McCollum. Drops in the tray. McCollum's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Lillard's so focused, even from way outside. He knows he can still make these shots.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Now here's McCollum. And another 3 for Portland.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. Now, that makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
The shot by Redick, no good. Trailblazers leading by 11. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic. struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. The league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A. And here's Brunson. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answer.
To stop the run, Cauley Stein's shot is good.
Now you have to commend the heart of Cauley Stein, looking committed to beating everyone down the floor in transition.
A minute 50 left here in the third quarter. Brunson against Lillard. From deep. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
His three-point game hasn't been there for him today, but don't sleep on him. At any moment, he could get his touch back.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from J.J. Redick. Lillard looking around. McComb outside. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 5th assist in this one.
And there's been a drop-off in their defense since halftime. I mean, they don't nearly have the same energy they did in the first half.
Hardaway for 3. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Powell for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Marjanovic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. From past the arc, it'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Redick.
One of Redick's favorite shots. If defenders are going to lay off him, he's going to torch him.
Lillard fires away from way outside. That one misses. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Cauley Stein. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And it's important for Cauley Stein's confidence that he gets these interior shots to fall. The more he sees the ball go in, the more assured he will feel down inside.
Here's Lillard. He has 6. It's McCollum on the wing. Powell, no one around him, cranes the three-pointer. Powell's got 15 points.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with the comfortable.
And so it's Portland holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Back to the action after this word. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Portland, they've got Jones. Anthony is out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Simons in the point guard. There's Hollis-Jefferson. That 3 off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Out to Doncic. There's the triple. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic. From deep. Portland again missing. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. 11-point game. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Richardson.
Well, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Jones with it. He kicks to Carmelo. Trailblazers keep it alive.
That's made a huge difference in this game, if you ask me. Their offensive rebounding has been sensational.
Jones for three. Cantor. Great positioning on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
Now, that's the staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Porzingis with the steal. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Trailblazers leading by 10. Lillard outside. A three from McCollum. Mavericks with the rebound.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
From deep, Richardson. Rebound by Nurkic.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Trailblazers keep it alive. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried.
Now, realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
The three for Doncic. Dallas again missing. Trailblazers shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Lillard outside. Out to the wing. Here's Giles. His three-pointers off the mark. Mavericks trail by 13. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Oh, what an athlete this is. Outstanding at knifing his way inside and converting.
Lillard from deep three-point land. And it's Lillard again missing. And here's Doncic from the arc. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Marjanovic has got it back down to single digits for the Mavs.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
It's McCollum on the wing. Portland no good that time either.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Oh, great instincts, relentless. Seems like he's getting to every miss.
Back to Lillard. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Portland.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Trailblazers.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Lillard.
What a teammate he was tonight, setting guys up for layups and open jumpers on what seemed like every possession.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Here's Porzingis, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up two.
And what a motor. Porzingis is an all-star talent who is also willing to do the dirty work.
Lillard fires away from way outside. No good. And so it's Portland winning this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building would
Certainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Jackson, then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3. Now, here is George. The pass to Zubac. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
Well, I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feel secondary. You want evidence of Lillard finishing at the rim? I give you Exhibit A.
Jackson dishes to George. And now just over a minute played here in the first, and he makes good on the layup.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Lillard.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And here's George for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Lillard's gone 3 for 4 here from the field. George against McCollum. And George kicks to Morris. Back to George. Puts it up from 12. And it's off the back rim. No good. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. Here's Covington. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Marcus Morris picks one up there. Portland shooting their first free throws of the game.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 4. Outside Rondo. Pass to Cousins. Fires the 3. And again, no good by the Clippers. Lillard surveying the D. Here's the 3. Kennard with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Cousins. The dish to Rondo. Back to Cousins. Basket good.
Now you can't leave someone open around Rondo. He'll find him.
Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. Lillard the pass to Powell. And here in the first quarter with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Here's the teardrop. Pass to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. And the rejection by Cousins.
How about Cousins with some gritty defense there, showing off his intimidating length on that rejection.
Here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Cousins with the bucket.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup. And this game is tied up now.
Well, if you're open, Patrick Beverly is going to do his best to get you the ball.
Nobody near Lillard. Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his second basket.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Now, here's Batum. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Cousins, it's not a secret. Offensively, such a powerhouse. Superb job there at cashing in from a sweet spot on the floor.
Rondo against Lillard. The three. The shot. No good. No good there. DeMarcus Cousins, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Patrick Beverly. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward.
It's great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Beyond the arc.
Come on.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Anthony left side. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And the basket by Jackson.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. To the paint. Here's Cantor. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And fought hard to make his way to the rim, but give the D credit. Did just enough to force him to clank that one.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Jones with the stuff.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Outside Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Now the pass to Jones. Here's Simons. Anthony right side. Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
For Portland, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And the shot is good. Anthony's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Such a luxury to have McCollum be able to play both guard spots. So not just a scorer, solid passer too, about 3 assists for his career.
Nobody near George. Here's Zubac, the 3. And Paul George with the 3. George has got 5 now. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's McCollum. No points in the game yet for him. And he banks in the layup. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
And it's not a secret. Kanter is a major factor on the offensive glass thanks to his size, strength, and excellent hand.
Now here's Jackson. He has 6. Morris, left side. 1:12 left here in the second. Nice move. And it's Zubac laying it in. Zubac has got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
McCollum left side. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. George, that's a 2-pointer. The Clippers keep it alive. Man passes to George. Over McCollum, and the wing jumper offline.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Like the execution there from Kanter, usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Here's Jackson following the basket by C.J. McCollum. In the corner, George with it. And it's George finishing it off.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Now here's McCollum, guarded closer. Pass to Kanter. Back to McCollum. Up in time. And that would have counted, but his shot was... Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in... And that...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Paul George really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. They've got Yusuf Nurkic, Damian Lillard out there with Powell. Then it's Robert Covington, Portland trailing here. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Covington's got 6 points.
That's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
Rondo with it. Now Covington defending. Leonard kicks to George. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Lillard from outside buries it from 3-point range. He's got 9.
Yeah, this is what you're going to get with Lillard. He's a gunner, and right now he's gunning from deep range.
And here's George for 3. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Powell dishes to Covington. The shot by Powell, no good. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard. Killing it in transition.
Here's Lillard. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Nurkic with the steal. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And Lillard throws it down.
Nurkic using those active hands and just kick-starting the offense in the fast break.
Pass to Batum. Back to George. Fires the 3. Nailed from 3-point land.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Lillard way outside. And the Trailblazers, another three.
He's been incredible in this half. Anytime he pulls up from outside, you think that's bottoms.
Rondo passes to Cousins. Kicks to George. Fires from deep. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. George has got the game tied up here for the Clippers. Lillard outside. Right side, Covington. Got it. Good job in the low post. Covington's got 4 points this quarter.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
Now here's Cousins. 8 points for him. George, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Finished off the break. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Outside, George. Covington with the steal. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. Finished off the break. Lillard's got 12 points here in the second half.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Here's Rondo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Rondo concentrating right there, focused. Even when you hit him, he can maintain that good balance.
Lillard from outside. That shot is off. And the Clippers will come the other way. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Rajon Rondo.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Right side, Covington. And stolen by Cousins. To the middle. And here's George for 3. Drills it from outside. George has got 21.
I don't know. I'm getting the feeling as this game moves on, he's getting stronger.
Lillard outside. Passes it to Nurkic. Batum with the steal. George, that's a 2-pointer. But they recover it. And Batum kicks to George. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Oh, great ball movement there.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the third. On the wing, George. Shoots the 3. George missing again. He gets it up. It's not going to go for him. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He went on an aerial 3-point display, drilling 4 long balls in just the 1 quarter alone. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got Marcus Morris, Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the center position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. All by himself. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Here's Zubac after the Trailblazers pick up 2. The pass to Kennard. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. The tray. The rebound by Simons. And for Portland, they're shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. And they get it back. On the basket by Jones. Beverly with the ball. He kicks it to Morris. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. It's stolen by Morris. George against Jones. Pass to Zubats. From deep, George. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And a switch here also for Portland. Lillard's checked in for Anfernee Simons. And Lillard gets it to go.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Clippers trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Back to Kennard. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Morris. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. The Trailblazers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. And it's Lillard missing. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 3 so far in the fourth quarter. What a jam!
Fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. Kind of fun when you see his personality come out in this game like that.
Lillard against Beverly. McCollum outside. Offline with his 3. Clippers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the 1 make. Morris finds Leonard. Shoots over Lillard. The shot that time not on target. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And for a guy who entered the league as a terrific free throw shooter, Damian Lillard is now among the elite of the elite from the stripe.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And Norman Powell subbed in for Jones. Now, here is Morris. And Leonard has it in the corner. Shoots over Powell. Another miss by Leonard. Trailblazers leading by 4. And now Portland on the break. Good on the shot.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Here's Leonard. Zubats trying to break loose. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
I mean, this is a battle-tested young player. Leonard's willing to put the team on his back when they really need a bucket.
And McCollum puts up a deep 3. Nurkic. It's good on the putback. Nurkic has got the lead up to 6 now for Portland.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Pass to Leonard. Buries it down low.
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
Beverly against Lillard. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Now here's Leonard. Back to Beverly. Leonard against Powell. Zubats. Yes!
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Just more and more complete appreciation for how complete the offensive game of Damian Lillard is.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. George is checked in for Patrick Beverly.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. 2-possession game now.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The 3 from George. It drops. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
In the corner, Powell with it. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's good.